Welcome to our Culinary Arts class adventures. For those of you not familiar with our Culinary Arts classroom, we have a mystery box in our class called What in the World? Once a month, a client gets blindfolded and gets to pull a mystery product we've never tried before out of the box. Just so you have an idea, here's a few of the fun, wacky, and exotic foods we've already tried. Indian seasoned mushrooms. Experiencing a taste of India with savory curry, lime sauce, and all the Indian spices. This was a really big hit in the ADT culinary class. Even Sister Sheila said it was so authentic, it made her think of home. Angel hair konjac shirataki noodles. This one's a mouthful even to say the name. These miracle noodles look just like regular pasta, but they're actually a pasta alternative. They have no carbs, no sugar, no fat, no GMO. They're actually made from shiitake mushrooms. We combined them with a Thailand recipe with all the delicious Thai spices and whipped up a stir fry that was delicious. Or, in Nelson's words, this really rocks, Miss Maite. Caviar. Yep, these girls dream big. They took some caviar, cream cheese, eggs, sun dried tomatoes, put them on a wrap, and sprinkled a little bit of Rosie's favorite cheese, Gorgonzola cheese. They wrapped it up, cut it into small pieces, and made a fancy schmancy appetizer. Roasted seaweed. And this one doesn't need many words. You can tell by everyone's expression pretty much how they felt about it. Kind of an acquired taste. You either love it or not so much. Now, are you ready to virtually try something totally different? How about we try palm tree hearts? Yes, you heard that correctly. Palm tree hearts. Palm hearts are the inside core of the trunk of a palm tree. The tree is cut down and then the outer bark and a layer of fiber are removed from the trunk, leaving the heart of the palm. Most but not all palm trees have edible hearts, including the coconut palms we see all around South Florida. The peach palm tree usually grows a clump of several trunks from the same seed. Here's a picture of a peach palm tree to the left. You can see that it sprouts extra trees off to the side. The heart of palm is almost always made from this particular species of palm tree because you can cut down one or more trunks, make them into palm hearts without killing the plant, and it will grow more trunks for you to harvest later. The edible heart of the palm tree is harvested and cut into circles, slices, or chunks. These pieces are either eaten fresh or canned to preserve them. Plain palm hearts you can eat out of a can would be kind of boring though. So, what do you say we take creativity up a notch and create a little dish I like to call Palma di pasta? Or, if you're from New York like me, Palma di pasta. Either way, good stuff. Let's have some fun now. A live cooking video sounded like such a great idea. Well, guys, I started out making you a culinary video like I promised, but that quickly turned into a big mess. Remember how in culinary class we always say make new mistakes? Well, I made a whole set of them trying to cook and record at the same time. First on my phone, then on my iPad. By myself because I didn't have an assistant, which really made me miss you guys a lot more than I already do. It was so messy, I just went with a slideshow instead. However, just so you guys know I really tried, I included a few of my bloopers from my attempt to make my cooking segment. They are at the end of this video. I'm sure you'll get a giggle out of them. This just proves once again how much I need all of your beautiful minds to help me. If we had been in our actual class, I'm sure we could have made an awesome video together. I miss you bunches. These are the ingredients that I use, but you can be as creative as you like and change them around. There's basically four main components to making any lasagna: the pasta, the cheeses, the sauce, the pan, and of course, if you're in our class, the love. Let's start with the pasta, sort of. Palmini Heart of Palm, the superstar of our dish today. Not only does it look like pasta, it can also taste like pasta. Much like lasagna noodles, hearts of palm do not have a heavy flavor, so they take on the flavor of the sauce and spices. Think of it as an al dente style pasta, as it has a crisper texture than traditional lasagna noodles. These come in rectangle shapes that fit perfectly into the mini bread loaf pan. Now we move on to the cheese. Ricotta cheese mix. 1 pound of ricotta cheese, quarter cup of shredded mozzarella, quarter cup of grated pecorino romano, 2 eggs, freshly ground pepper, 1 tablespoon of minced garlic, although I'm pretty sure I used two because we love garlic in my house, and 2 tablespoons of Italian seasonings. The sauce. Rouse sauce. This is the best sauce I've ever had in my whole life, with the exception of my mother in law's because she was born in Tuscany and had her old world recipe. Now, the Rao family began creating authentic Italian pasta sauce they served in Rao's legendary New York restaurant. The sauce became an obsession for some customers who would ask to buy just the sauce to take home. That's what launched the Rao's homemade premium pasta sauce. Like they say in New York, it's all about the sauce. It really is. You could eat this right out of the jar. The pan, mini loaf pans. Some of you may remember when Miss Barbara bought us baking pans for our culinary class. We broke them in by using them to create mini lasagnas for a luncheon. They were a big hit and the perfect portion size without cutting. They also allow for customization and creativity. You can bake a veggie, a meat lover, or a cheese only lasagna in the same tray. An added bonus is that since they cook individually, all the edges are toasty. There's no soft middle like in traditional large lasagnas. The palma di pasta, or palma di pasta, like they say in the city. The aroma, texture, and flavor of these little lasagnas is amazing. You can be as creative as you like with the ingredients and sauces. You don't have to follow my recipe. I don't like too much sauce, so the pieces stay clean, almost like a pretty little pastry. But you can experiment with all kinds of fillings and sauces. Let me know in the comments what you tried. I would love to try your recipe too. Quincy, I hope you're listening. Ta-da! You can enjoy your Palma di pasta with a perfect side of Capri salad. I highly recommend Trader Joe's balsamic glaze, my favorite, and a little olive oil for the perfect flavor pairing in your salad. for my video bloopers. It actually didn't start out too bad, except for the lack of lighting, battery dying, and messy curls, of course, but you guys know that's just me. Hi everyone! You guys know that I never wear a mask or gloves when we culinary arts class, but since what we're cooking today I'm going to be sharing with our neighbors, I wanted to take a few extra precautions just in case. So the time limit was 5 minutes for the entire movie. So I thought I'd be clever and try to speed up the video frames, go really fast like a ninja. Except it turns out it also speeds up the audio.
Today we will be discovering palmy. This is really good stuff. The palm parts we just talked about are canned into slices. And what we're going to do today is make a lasagna using the palm parts.
I can't hold my phone and cook, so I'm going to try to set it up and see how this works. Apparently I'm not a ninja either. This was my first attempt at filming the prepping process. I like to call it the selfie stick fail part 1. Okay, so this is probably as close as we are going to get to the bowl. Alrighty, so let's start with the ingredients that we are going to need to put inside our lasagna. We're going to start with some ricotta cheese. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. The second time, I wasn't sure it was filming. Apparently, it was on camera, not video, for the entire time. This was self-sticky fail number 2. Yep, my phone went diving into the ricotta mix bowl again. It was not a pretty sight. This part was almost salvageable, except for the grainy quality and the sudden cutoffs because my battery was dying. This was after my phone fell into the ricotta, so I switched to the iPad. I want you guys to take a good look at this pan. I don't know that I can put it much farther, but you see how it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 compartments. So I've already greased the pan with olive oil spray so nothing sticks, okay? And then we're going to take a little bit of the sauce and put it on the bottom. These are the actual palm tree hearts, and they're cut into these beautiful little squares, actually triangles. Sorry guys, I gotta do my shapes too. So you see how they fit perfectly. All you have to do is push this down, and that's your very first layer of lasagna. You don't have to cut them, you don't have to resize them. They just go down perfectly. Once they go down on all 8 trays, you can come in and put in your filler, which is going to be the ricotta cheese with the spices. What I like to use is this little handy dandy little ice cream scooper, but you guys know I always use this in class. The reason I use this is because you pick it up, you put it down, and it's perfect. Always the same amount. And for clients that have a little trouble measuring, this is perfect because all we got to do is scoop it and put it down. Scoop it. Palmini is like al dente. Alrighty. Now I've got to limit this video to 5 minutes, so I'm going as fast as I can, trying to make sure you guys can see. There you go. At the end, all the baby lasagnas have been assembled. They have exactly 4 layers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's all, folks. Until our next culinary adventure, stay safe, wash your hands, and keep praying we are all together in class again soon.